Then Neville walked into him. He was one half of a pair that was carrying a body in from the grounds. Harry glanced down and felt another dull blow to his stomach. Colin Creevey, though underage, must have sneaked back in just as Malfoy, Crabbe and Goyle had gone. He was tiny in death. There's been many heroes throughout the Harry Potter story. Anyone that stood against Voldemort and his forces deserved huge credit. We've seen Harry, Hermione and Ron overcome so many obstacles. We've experienced the heartbreaking deaths of Dumbledore, Lupin, Tonks, Sirius and so many others who have lost their lives. We've seen emerging heroes like Neville Longbottom lead the line in Harry's absence. Then there's unseen, unsung heroes like Colin Creevey. Colin seems to me as one of those characters whose death was truly heartbreaking. You see, when it came to people like Hermione, Ron, Dumbledore, Sirius, Remus, Snape, and so many other main characters, Harry always knew their lives were at risk. He knew they were heavily involved in the war and could be killed at any time. Nobody can prepare themselves for the unexpected death of someone they hold dear, but more than likely, Harry Potter knew that not everyone would escape this war alive. Colin Creevey, in my opinion, was one of the most innocent, bright and overexcited characters written by J.K. Rowling. He's the annoying, privacy-invading Potter fan that really just wants to be around because Harry is like a hero to him. You can already tell from the very first meeting between the two that Colin is someone who craves leadership and wants the complete experience from every situation he's involved in, hence why he carried his camera everywhere with him, photographing life along the way. Colin, in a way, reminds me of Peter Pettigrew, with the exception that he actually became the person that Pettigrew should have become, even with Peter in a better position, as Peter had the fortune of being in with the popular James Potter and Sirius Black. He hero worshipped them, and while Colin didn't exactly set the popular student groups alight, he still maintained his eccentric, positive persona all the way through his schooling. Harry regularly got frustrated by Colin's repeated attempts to talk to him throughout most school days, saying hello to him on a regular basis several times a day, and also seeking Harry's approval on events that were happening in his life. Like when his brother Dennis was set to attend Hogwarts, Colin excitedly told Harry all about it, hoping that he was in Gryffindor. I think he genuinely considered Harry his friend, his overzealous personality shadowing the fact that he and Harry actually weren't friends. Still, it didn't prevent him from going out of his way to find Harry, and Harry going out of his way to avoid him. However, he knew Colin meant no harm, and his tiny small frame had Harry look at him sometimes as a younger age than 11, despite the 1-year age gap. In a way, he acted as the older brother to Colin. Colin was just 16 when he was killed, underage and like many others, way too young to die. What makes Colin the unsung hero? Well, what makes him so heroic is, despite the fact that he was Muggle-born, making him a prime target for Death Eaters, and back in the Muggle world safe, Colin still chose to come back to Hogwarts and fight, despite the fact that he was not permitted to do so by Professor McGonagall due to his age. He still snuck back into the school to fight anyway. He showed true bravery, going up against some of the most experienced, strongest and older dark wizards out there. His death hit Harry harder than most because Harry didn't expect it. If we go back to what I mentioned earlier in the video, Harry knew that not everyone he held dear would survive, but the last body he expected to see being carried past him was little Colin Creevey, just a kid in Harry's eyes, forgetting that he himself was a mere boy also, emotionally and mentally matured by the horrors of war. Harry barely had any time to process what he just saw, other than the sickening feeling he felt in his stomach. He may have inadvertently enhanced the difficult issues Harry was facing and took photos at extremely awkward times, but his heart was truly in the right place. The Death Eater who killed Colin is unknown, but from my own research, given the fact that Amicus and Electrocaro had a personal liking for punishing students, it's my guess that one of them, if not both, ended Colin's life without regret or hesitation. Colin Creevey proves that heroes are shaped by bravery and courage. Despite his inexperience, his blood status, and the fact that he was more so a target in the wizarding world, he returned, and it takes a lot more to choose to walk into a battle. He still fought for what he believed in. He fought alongside his hero Harry Potter, who once again was proving exactly why Colin was in awe of him in the first place. Colin was a true Gryffindor and deserves a lot more credit for giving his life in the Battle of Hogwarts. And that is all for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel if it is your first time watching. And if you're a fan of the channel and feel like you'd like to contribute, my restructured Patreon account is up and running, and in exchange for your contribution of a minimum of $1 a month, there are many rewards you can receive, like suggesting one of my upcoming videos, exclusive Patreon only videos for you to watch, and even one-to-one Skype calls where we can hang out and talk everything Harry Potter or anything in general. So please make sure to check out some of my other videos on the left hand side of the screen. My second channel, Game of Thrones Lore, is on the right hand side of the screen. And if you want to check out some merch, I've got a merch store on the bottom right, or you can click the link in the description below. Thanks again everyone, and I hope you all have a great day.